Let's kick things off with James Gunn's massive leap from the DCEU we knew, like Suicide Squad, to the brand new DCU he's crafting. Gunn's basically the architect behind the new DC cinematic and streaming universe, with Peacemaker being his flagship TV show on HBO Max. After the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker Season 1, Gunn was tapped to write and direct the new Superman movie, which is a huge deal. This transition was multiverse madness, fresh character takes, and some good old-fashioned Gunn-style humor and heart. What's wild is how this transition is already visible behind the scenes. Filming for Peacemaker Season 2 actually overlapped with Superman's shoot. John Cena, Peacemaker himself, was juggling both projects at once, which is super impressive, and Gunn cleverly used that overlap to sneak Peacemaker into the Superman movie as a last-minute cameo, tying the TV and movie universes closer than ever. According to Cena, Gunn asked him during costume fittings for Peacemaker Season 2 if he wanted to be part of the Superman film cameo, and Cena's heck yes kicked it off. This quick decision led to a hilarious talk show scene in Superman, where Peacemaker cracks jokes about the Man of Steel. It was a fun way to give fans a wink and build hype for both projects simultaneously. This kind of behind-the-scenes interplay shows just how connected the new DCU plans are, breaking the old mold of isolated films and shows. Gunn's juggling multiple creative hats as a showrunner, director, and writer, while making sure these stories all vibe together. Plus, juggling the schedule and crew logistics between the big Superman shoot and Peacemaker's production was no small feat. Multiple directors are on board for Season 2 since Gunn can't direct all episodes while working on Superman, but he's tightly involved in the writing and creative direction to keep that signature tone consistent. The filming overlap also meant the cast and crew had to be flexible. Some new cast members like Frank Grillo, playing Rick Flag Sr., and Tim Meadows joined during this hectic time, adding fresh energy and a new dynamic to the team. All this hustle behind the scenes is setting up Peacemaker Season 2 as a seamless continuation and expansion of this new DC Universe vision. One of the most exciting aspects revealed about Season 2 is its dive into alternate realities and multiverse versions of Peacemaker. James Gunn hinted at exploring different sides of the character, including some versions that are surprisingly emotional or radically different. This multiverse twist opens up so many storytelling possibilities, from introspective character work to wild sci-fi action. It's a huge shift from the original gritty yet goofy tone, giving the show fresh legs while maintaining the irreverent humor fans love. To make this multiverse feel authentic and new, the production brought in some seriously cool creature designs and effects. We're talking weird, inventive creatures that push the show's genre boundaries, mixing sci-fi, horror, and comedy in the best Gunn tradition. These creatures aren't just background filler, they're integrated into the story, affecting the characters and the plot in meaningful ways. Gunn's team worked closely with practical effects and CGI artists to create these monsters, aiming for a perfect mix of real and surreal. On the cast side, Season 2 is stacking up with returning favorites like Danielle Brooks, Leota Adebayo, Jennifer Holland, Emilia Harcourt, Freddie Stroma, Vigilante, and Steve Agee. But the real buzz is around the newcomers who bring new story arcs and flavors to the mix. Frank Grillo as Rick Flag Sr. is a standout addition, bringing a grizzled, intense vibe that complements Cena's Peacemaker. Tim Meadows also joins in, adding some unexpected comedic beats and helping to balance the tone. Jennifer Holland and Freddie Stroma, interestingly, also got praise at San Diego Comic-Con for being the best dancers during the new opening credits shoot. More on that later. The SDCC panels gave fans some fun behind-the-scenes glimpses and cast interviews where everyone shared their excitement about the expanded storylines and character growth. Gunn's podcast episodes diving into the creative process revealed how much thought went into balancing humor, action, and emotional stakes. He's very hands-on with casting and writing, ensuring every character's arc serves the larger multiverse story while staying true to their essence. The opening credits of Peacemaker Season 1 quickly became an instant hit. That catchy wig-wham rock track, the quirky shots of the cast dancing around, and that overall fun, energetic vibe that perfectly set the tone for the show. Fans loved it. So naturally, when Season 2 rolled around, James Gunn wanted to raise the bar and deliver something fresh but still just as lively. At San Diego Comic-Con 2025, Gunn revealed that the new opening song is Oh Lord by Foxy Shazam, a band he calls objectively the greatest rock and roll band in the world. That choice signals a bit of a shift in vibe, still rocking hard, but with a sharper edge and more energy, which fits perfectly with Season 2's bigger multiverse chaos and deeper emotional themes. Shooting the new credit sequence was a blast for the cast. Gunn shared some fun stories from the set during SDCC, like Frank Grillo proudly proudly declaring himself the best dancer, despite everyone else totally doubting that claim. Tim Meadows, on the other hand, joked that he was definitely the worst dancer in the group, which got everyone laughing. The surprise winners for Best Dancer, Jennifer Holland and Freddie Stroma. Fans didn't see that coming, and it was a fun little moment that showed the cast's camaraderie and playful vibe behind the scenes. The creative decision to revamp the opening credits really mirrors how the show itself is evolving. While Season 1 was a pretty straightforward, irreverent action comedy, Season 2 takes things up a notch by blending sci-fi, character-driven drama, and Gunn's signature meta-humor. The show is expanding its scope and getting more layered, but it's still not afraid to poke fun at itself and keep things lighthearted when it needs to. The credit sequence perfectly captures that balance. It's fun and a little wild, but also hints at the bigger, more complex stories to come. At SDCC, in panels and cast interviews, Gunn and the team shared a lot about how much they care about balancing spectacle with genuine emotional moments. Gunn talked about wanting Season 2 to feel like a real expansion of the Peacemaker universe, with new surprises and twists that keep fans on their toes without losing the heart of the show. The opening credits are a small but crucial piece of that puzzle, setting the stage for the multiverse madness and emotional roller coaster that fans can expect. So yep, the new opening credits are a signal that Peacemaker Season 2 is going to be bigger, bolder, and more emotionally charged, all while still being as fun and irreverent as ever. A big part of what makes Peacemaker stand out is how much James Gunn and his team really care about continuity and story coherence, even while they're having fun mixing genres and throwing all kinds of wild ideas at the wall. Gunn's podcast episodes give fans a peek behind the curtain, showing just how deep the discussions go about making Season 2's multiverse concept actually connect logically back to Season 1 and the new DCU films. They spent a lot of time brainstorming how to revisit character backstories, drop new emotional moments, and keep the humor sharp without losing track of character growth. It's that kind of thoughtful planning that makes the chaos feel purposeful. One of the biggest reasons this works so well is Gunn's long-standing creative relationship with John Cena. From their work together on the Suicide Squad to Peacemaker, their chemistry is super strong, and Cena really gets how to bring the complicated layers of Frank Grillo's character to life. Because of that trust, it was easy for Cena to jump into the surprise Superman cameo, which wasn't even scripted until the very last moments of production. That cameo was this fun, totally unscripted moment where Cena poked fun at Superman during a talk show scene. Fans absolutely loved it, and it's already become a cheeky but important connection between the new DC movies and the Peacemaker series. The creative team is clearly planting seeds now that will pay off big as the new DC universe unfolds. Alternate realities, interconnected storylines, and crossovers that actually feel earned and exciting, not forced or thrown in for shock value. Gunn's unique position as both a filmmaker and showrunner really gives him a big-picture view, helping keep this sprawling story coherent but also wildly entertaining. Behind the scenes, the production team is working hard to juggle tight schedules and balance effects, heavy sequences with those quieter, character-driven moments fans love. There are some new directors stepping in to direct episodes, but Gunn stays very hands-on in the writer's room to make sure the tone and vision stay consistent across the board. Making Peacemaker Season 2 feels like a masterclass in juggling huge universe-building ambitions with deeply personal storytelling wrapped up in James Gunn's signature irreverent style. Thanks for watching Collider. See you next time.